Hello, this is Demon Phoenix with a Witcher 3 video, this time about crafting the Grandmaster sets of gear. Now the Grandmaster sets are level 40 sets of armour and they're only available in the Blood and Wine DLC. They're pretty much the best sets of armour in the game and they're definitely the highest level of the Witcher sets that you can get, and because they're the Witcher sets they have higher monster resistance than the other comparative gears, so they are extremely useful. They also have set bonuses on top of these fantastic resistances, so if you have 3 pieces of the same Witcher Grandmaster set equipped, it will have a bonus, like the Manticore gear will let you do critical damage and critical hits with bombs. And if you have 6 pieces of the gear, it can have some really great bonuses on top of that. So for example, the Ursine set, it makes all Quen damage 200% higher than it would be normally. So they're quite interesting bonuses. And the full set is 2 swords, and then the trousers, boots, gauntlets, and the chest piece for the armour. Now you craft them with the Grandmaster Lafargue, and basically I was going to do a breakdown of this. I was going to do my own Reddit post, but I realised when I was looking on Reddit, there's a fantastic one from a person called Leonardearl who did one a few years ago, and it breaks it down absolutely perfectly. So I'm going to be posting that in the comments and the description. I severely suggest you check it out as it's a fantastic breakdown. Just a quick word, there are 5 sets of the gear, and the Manticore set, it has Grandmaster level stats, similar to the other medium Grandmaster gears, but it only takes normal Dimeritium to cost, normal cured Draconic Leather. To craft rather, and it's much cheaper than the other sets. As you can see, the price is a lot cheaper than the woven set there, and the price of the other 4 Grandmaster sets comes from the fact that you need unique items. So you need Infused Slyzard hide and Enriched Dimeritium ingots and plates to make the set. Now those are where the cost comes from, and they are extremely expensive. The plates run to 4,500 crowns each, and the ingots are 2,200. Now that is an incredible expense on top of the crafting of the actual gear themselves. So you'd need about 43 to 44,000 crowns. But the cheaper way of doing it is to craft everything from scratch, and that's what we're going to cover in this video. So first of all, you need to have enough money for this. I'm going to be doing a separate video following on from my making money early game. I'll be doing a late game version of that video to show you how you can sell some of the things. You do want to keep some in reserve. You can see I'm selling gems here, but I'm not selling all of them. Some of these sets do need certain gems to be able to craft. So I'm selling some of the dust, about half of the dust that I've accumulated through the game, half of the other things like half of the gems and some things like that. And when I finish doing this, we're going to have about 29,000 crowns. So after we've finished doing all of that, you have enough money to start thinking about crafting it, because if we're crafting everything from scratch, it works out much cheaper. And again, one of the things that we need to consider is what you want the gear to be for your build. So think about that before you pick a set. Don't just randomly craft a set, because until you've completed more of Blood and Wine, you probably won't have enough money to make multiple sets. If you want to check out my Uber build video, the Tank Rend Whirl build, that only needs the Ursine Grandmaster armor, and it can actually use different swords as well, and it uses different gloves and boots, so it's cheaper to do. Now that's a consideration, but we're going to make a full set here, and I'm just going to show what's in them. So first, the things that you need, the expensive materials. You need 1 plate and 1 hide for your set of boots first of all, and that's 1 Infused Slyzard and 1 Enriched plate. And the main expenses are the chests. So the chests pieces need 2 of the hides and 2 of the plates, so that'd be 9,000 just on the plates themselves. The woven gear doesn't need the mastercrafted version, and neither does Manticore, because there isn't any previous version of the Manticore, but the other sets do. They need the mastercrafted version as well. Now you can see here again, the gauntlets cost, they need 1 ingot and 1 of the Infused Slyzard hides. The swords need 2 ingots each, but they don't need any of the hides. So the ingots again, 2,200 each if you're going to buy them. And that's why we're going to craft them. And then lastly, it'll come on and I will show, I think the trousers is the last part of it, and they take again 1 hide and 1 plate. So in total, you need 4 of the plates and 5 of the ingots. Now you make the plates, if you're making them, you make them from 2 of the ingots. So in total we need 13 Enriched Dimeritium ingots for a full set of Grandmaster gear, 5 of the Infused Slyzard hides, and that equates to being 5 of the hides and 26 Enriched Dimeritium ore, because we're going to make the ore and then make those into ingots, and then make some of the ingots into plates as we need. So it's a phenomenal amount of expense that you need. And you can see here that the plates can be made from 2 ore, but you can enrich regular Dimeritium into the Enriched Dimeritium ore, and that's the main focus of saving money. First, we're going to just cover the Infused Slyzard hides because it's slightly easier to make those. So you get the cured Draconic Leather, which you can get from dismantling various armors through the game, and then Infused Crystals. Now I had a few Infused Crystals from doing the game normally. You pick up more of these throughout Blood and Wine, but you have plenty of Infused Dusts and Infused Shards, so you should be able to make the shards. And if it actually comes down to it, you can make the you can dismantle monster parts to get powdered monster tissue and monster essence, and then make the dust out of those. So you combine the cured Draconic hides with the crystal and do that 5 times so that we have 5 of those to be able to make the full set. And again, in just a moment I'm going to show that even if you didn't have some of these sets of armor to dismantle to get the cured Draconic Leather, you could make the leather out of hardened leather. So again, I have over 100 hardened leather just from dismantling random junk and hides throughout the game. And you can combine those with chitinous shells, which you can get from dismantling Endraga parts and various other monster parts. Get the shells, and then you can put those together to make the cured leather. So even if you don't have any other leather, you can make it and then do it. Now we come on to the main part of the cost, which is the Enriched Dimeritium. So again, we need 4 of the plates for a full set, and then we need an additional 5 ingots, and so because it's 2 ingots per plate, that is 13 Enriched Dimeritium ingots, so 26 of the Enriched Dimeritium ore. Now again, if you're going to buy these, it would cost you an insane amount of money, and this is where the main money saving comes, because we're just going to craft the Enriched Dimeritium ore instead. So because we need 26 of those, we essentially need 26 regular Dimeritium ore, 26 of the Orichalcum, which is a new crafting ingredient for Blood and Wine, which enriches the ore, and 20, and also the acid extract. So first the Dimeritium. Now I had plenty of ore, again through looting through the game. You can also dismantle some of the Dimeritium ingots you found, and you can also make Dimeritium ore itself from a meteorite silver ingot with a dark steel ingot. Again, plenty of dark steel from taking things apart, but you can make meteorite silver ingots if you needed by combining the meteorite ingots with the silver ingots, and I've got 40 of the silver ingots there, so I'd have plenty able to make Dimeritium if I needed, and you craft all the Dimeritium ore. So once you've got the 26 Dimeritium ore, which like I say you hopefully have already, then we come on to Orichalcum and acid extract. Now acid extract can be bought, but there is a much easier way to get it, and that is to dismantle it from things that you get from Blood and Wine from defeating 2 types of creatures. So when you defeat giant centipedes, you can get giant centipede discharge and giant centipede mandibles, and both of those can be dismantled, and you want to do this with the master armorers. So Joanna is the cheapest, but you can also do it with the Grandmaster Smith or any of the master armorers. And for each mandible that you get dismantle, or each giant centipede discharge, you get 2 of the acid extract. And there's also Kikimore discharge, which you can dismantle and make acid extract. Now so you do just dismantle those to get those parts. Now there is a really nasty little bug that you can encounter where instead of making acid extract, those will make venom extract. That is a bug, it's not how it's supposed to be, but what you'll find is that Archospore tendrils will then be made into acid extract instead, so make sure you leave some Archospores alive. You can also buy them if you need from the Grandmaster Armourer and the Master Armourers as well. So we come on then to Orichalcum. Now Orichalcum ore is the only thing that we really need. You don't need the ingots or the plates, so you can dismantle any of those into ore. Now you can make Orichalcum ore from any Orichalcum you pick up, but the main way we're going to do it is to do it with green gold, a hunk of nickel, and unrefined copper ore. Now unrefined copper ore and hunk of nickel you can get from all kinds of places in Toussaint. You pick up loads of stuff in the houses, at the question marks, the undiscovered locations. You'll pick up tons of this, and you just dismantle it with the Grandmaster Armourer. So that shouldn't be a problem at all. You can see I've got hundreds there already, and about 50 odd of the nickel, and that's more than enough. But the green gold is a problem. So in order for us to make green gold, we need to have green gold ore and then dismantle it. Now you get 5 green gold from each green gold ore. So to be able to do that, we need gold nuggets, silver, and again unrefined copper ore. So unrefined copper ore shouldn't be a problem at all. Just keep dismantling things until you get copper from Blood and Wine, and that's not a problem. But the gold and silver, you need to make sure that you're not selling any gold and silver items. Dismantle them all, and again do it with the Grandmaster Armourer. So we need to make sure that we've got as much gold as possible, so that we can make turn gold and silver into green gold, and then turn the green gold into Orichalcum. So again, I'm just going to do a quick demonstration here of how you want to be doing it with the Grandmaster Armourer and dismantling these things Now for some quick figures, because we need 26 of the Enriched Dimeritium ore, we need 26 acid extract, which is easy, and 26 of the Orichalcum. So again, we need the green gold to be able to make Orichalcum. And this is where it becomes a little bit of a problem. So we need 21 of the green gold ore to be able to dismantle those, because we need 104 green gold. So dismantle as much as we can, and we need in total for each full set of the Grandmaster gear 84 gold nuggets, 105 silver and 21 unrefined copper ore. And then for making the Orichalcum out of the green gold, we also need a further 78 of the unrefined copper ore and 26 of the hunk of nickel. So plenty of things to be going at there. So what we do is you get enough of those, and when you've got enough of the things to be able to dismantle green gold ore and get green gold, you make the 26 Orichalcum. So make Orichalcum until you've got up to 26 of it there. Now I already had some here, but as you can see, it's only 35 per Orichalcum. So you're going to make it, so we've got 26 of those, and then we're going to enrich the Dimeritium ore for that. Now just a quick word about making the green gold ore is, like, you can just keep track of it and then keep going dismantling it until you make sure that you've got enough. So when we've got 26 Orichalcum, acid extracts and Dimeritium ore, we will make the enriched Dimeritium ore from that, and we make 26 of those. This is just going to skip ahead a little bit, and then you can see we finally get to the point where we are ready to put the set together. So first of all, you make your 26 Dimeritium ore into 13 of the Enriched Dimeritium ingots. Then we'll use 8 of the Enriched Dimeritium ingots and craft those into plates. So overall it's much cheaper. You can see there it's 224 per ingot to make those, craft them. And even with the cost of making the Enriched Dimeritium, that's far cheaper than paying the 2,200 crowns to be able to buy them. And then the plates, when you have the ingots already, it costs you another 448 per plate to make those. But again, even with the other crafting costs, vastly cheaper than buying the plates for 4,500 each. So after we've crafted all those materials, you can see that we're about 20,000 there. So given the fact that I already had quite a fair amount of Dimeritium and silver and gold, and hopefully you do as well, you'll already have the 4 plates, the 5 ingots, and then the hides there as well. So that amount of money, instead of buying it and it costing a phenomenal amount, it actually has saved us a lot of money already. And then we've just got the crafting costs of the actual set. So then you go through and craft them. I've just made a monster stomach there as well, because the woven one needs a monster stomach. I've done that from a cockatoo stomach. And then you can go through and craft the gear. So as you craft each part of it, you can see the expense. Again, 4,000 for the chest piece is a lot, but when you've already saved so much on the crafting, you can actually do it for a much more manageable amount of the gear. Now just bear in mind as well that if you are looking at the swords, although some of the bonuses from the swords are extremely good and you might want the full set, you could always use the Manticore swords instead, because they cost a lot less to make and they don't need the Enriched Dimeritium, just the regular. So consider using the Manticore swords if you needed to do that. Anyway, we make the full set of the gear there, and we're just going to finish it off with the trousers. So just to recap, you need to make sure that we are crafting everything. So craft the Infused Slyzard hides, 5 of those, and craft the 26 Dimeritium ore. So we make green gold, turn it into Orichalcum, and then enrich the Dimeritium ores with the Orichalcum and the acid extract, which you get from dismantling monster parts. And then you combine that to make 13 of the enriched ingots, and then combine 8 of those ingots to make 4 of the plates, and you can get the full gear. And when you've got your full gear, you can equip it. You can see the bonuses that it gets there, and they are really powerful armor and really good. So check out my Uber build and my walkthrough, where I take through what gear we actually need. I hope you find that useful, and if you did find the video useful, please like and subscribe for more videos, or leave any comments and queries. Thank you very much, and have a great time on the path.